is now 11:30ish, and I still haven't finished up this short little tale. I got a lot of tales to tell. Far more interesting than this one. So we called 911. I was enjoying that smoke to no end. And I had determined in my mind there was no way they were touching me unless they knocked me out or gave me the most powerful painkillers and narcotics and sedatives that they had. They were not touching me unless they knocked me out or did that. Well, long story short, the paramedics showed up. They took one look at me and said, can you move? I said, no, and you're not moving me. You're not touching me. Well, they immediately got on the phone and they called one of their associates. And long story short, the associate showed up somewhere around 2 o'clock-ish. Somewhere around that. And I say that because of this. I remember when we got into the ambulance, I looked at the clock, or I asked someone what time was it. I think there was a clock in there, but I'm not sure right now. It was 10 after 2 when we got in the ambulance. And that was about a 5 to 10 minute ordeal to get me off the floor and into the ambulance. And when the paramedics said, we can't touch you, we got to get someone here that can administer drugs, they weren't able to administer any drugs. I thought that was rather odd. I thought you guys were like the emergency team. You know, you're driving an ambulance. Long story short, the guy got there with the drugs. And he walked in, he asked me how I'm doing, you know, what hurts, where, and I told him. Meanwhile, while I'm talking with him and he's talking with me, he fidgeted around with his pouches and everything, and he's doing stuff. And I said, I can't move, and you're not moving me unless you knock me out. And he kind of ignored everything I had to say. And meanwhile, there's activity behind me. I can hear it, can't see it, but there's activity. The EMTs are getting the gurney in there and getting things straightened out to get me out of the house. And meanwhile, this guy hits me with something in my arm, you know, the needle. He hits me, and it wasn't 3 or 5 minutes later. He said, "How you feeling now?" And then I went, "Well, you know, I'm not really sure how I'm feeling right now." He says of a sudden, "You get under his arms, I'll get his legs and get him on the gurney," and kaboom! They just moved me instantly. I never felt a thing. It's like, whoa, I couldn't believe they moved me. Yeah. I would